sometimes am not one that really wants to send out the personal, the things about my accomplishments, because I really don't. I'd rather talk about my son's accomplishments than me. But nonetheless, I do want people to know that I think I've done some things while I was on the council and in my professional career in life. But I thank you for that. As far as national money, the big money that's coming in, well, two things I think. One is the Democrats are going to raise a lot of money this year too. It's a necessary evil of politics, because that's the way everybody's decided, that at least the courts have decided, and everybody else, that money's involved in politics at every level. So then it comes to, well, we can't just sit back. We've got to play by the rules too, and we've got to raise a lot of money. We know that this upcoming election has the president running. We know there's going to be a tremendous amount of interest. By the way, the president won in large part because of young people getting involved and giving them hope. We lost touch with young people in this election. They didn't turn out at all. And that's our fault. We need to give them the message and the hope and the reason why they need to vote. But they're going to spend a lot of money, yes. But New Mexico, and I can speak to New Mexico, I don't know about the rest of the country, but when it comes to New Mexico, campaign commercials, yeah, we need to spend a lot of money on them, and that all happens. But that's not necessarily the only way you win elections in New Mexico. I'm a firm believer of that. It's organizing. It's truly getting out the grassroots, and it's giving everybody that's in the grassroots the message to carry door to door about what we stand for. Because I think the party can get together with the leaders, the elected leaders in this state, and literally have what I would, for lack of a better term, call the American dream agenda and what Democrats stand for. And there are certain issues. Now, I know there's some issues that Democrats disagree on. We're a big tent. That's what makes us great. But there are certain core issues that we can absolutely agree on, that everybody can take to the door when they're knocking on it and say, this is what we stand up for. Money's a part of it. The last thing I'll say to that is, when I was vice chair of the state party, I raised a lot of money. I've raised a lot of money in the past in my various campaigns. It's not a fun job, but it's something I thrive on rejection. So when I call somebody up, and ask them for something on the phone, and they say, sorry, no, and I'm like, why? And whatever, and I call them back a couple weeks later to see if I can change their mind. But I've done that, and it's an essential part of the state chair's job, and I'm willing to do it again. I think we have to do it. But we're going to have a lot of money coming in here, too, from the national, from the Senate, the congressional, and the presidential race. But, you know, we also need to remember what the Democratic Party's about. It is about $5 contributions from time to time. Because when somebody makes even a $5 contribution, they've bought in. They've absolutely bought in. They say, I've invested in this party, I've invested in this candidate, I want to see Democrats win. And they'll get out and vote. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is getting Democrats voting for Democrats. She is not up there in the roundhouse because Republicans got her elected. Democrats got her elected. And I'm committed to making sure that we give Democrats a reason to vote for us. A reason to vote. Not just Democrats, but independents and some reasonable-minded Republicans as well. I want to answer anybody's questions that anybody